Welcome back to another episode of Related Conversations podcast, the group chat on steroids. I'm Melanie. This is my cousin, Man Murray.
Yo.
Today, Shar is out, but we have two special guests. We got my homegirl, Kima,
Hey.
and we have another special guest, Sincere.
What's going
They're
on, everybody?
joining
How
us
y'all
today.
doing?
They're joining us today on our conversation on co-parenting, and Man Murray is very excited for this topic. I'm just saying. So first, does everybody get along with their other parent?
I'll go first. Second.
I was gonna say yes.
Yes.
Yes, we get along.
And I see some people shaking their head. They don't get along. No. With how many parents is it? How many other baby mamas you got? 1, 2, 3. What we got? Two. And we don't get along with either one.
It depends on what day of the week it is. Depends on what month of the year it is.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's for both of them?
What?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, things have definitely gotten better. As the kids get older, they're more independent. The conversations change. We definitely realize that mutual respect and communication just on the major topics is what the key is. Anything outside of that becomes nonsense, which is where turmoil comes in at.
Turmoil because y'all still got beef from the relationship.
Nah, turmoil because we disagree on, what the parenting for the child should look like. When it comes to reprimand and being firm and being stern, there's always that controversy on what it should look like. But then, do you stand your ground or do you be mad and rah 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 for 2 days and turn around? Now all of a sudden you buying them stuff. Now all of a sudden you're catering to exactly what they wanted from the jump. It becomes a controversial conversation.
I feel like a lot of people don't have those conversations during the pregnancy, like even if it's not planned. Like when I got pregnant, I didn't plan to be pregnant. It was a happy surprise. Let's call it that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because, all right, we're pregnant, we're having this baby, certain conversations was had, you know what I mean?
Right.
Including, do you want to be whooping kids' ass or do you want to put them in a corner? I feel like, while even if these things come unexpectedly, we're at a place where we kind of know to have that. So it's like, why didn't y'all have that conversation? Was it because of age, or just because it was already a bad situation when it happened? Was it just you learned along the way?
I got you. So two things. That's actually a two-part question. That's two things. One, not so much with the pregnancy because, like you said, we're excited. Yay, baby's on the way. So when it comes to that, at the end of the day, we have our idea of what raising a child should look like, between our environments, between our own beliefs, between what we don't want to continue as generational curses. So that conversation was held, in both situations. We're now talking about reprimand, specifically reprimand. So, prime example, if whether it be me and you and we got a child, right? If he or she is on punishment at your house, then he or she is on punishment at my house. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no, oh, well, you know what? Mommy doesn't let you do this. Well, you can do it here, but when you go back to mommy house or vice versa, the conversation and the communication needs to be held. If I'm coming to pick up Loman and it turns into, hey, look, listen, he was showing his butt in school. He got real disrespectful with the mouth, whatever it was. He can't do A, B, and C. Then that means he can't do A, B, and C in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing should change across the board. And when it comes to co-parenting, I think that's where communication gets lost. Then it turns into what you do at your father's house, you can't do here. What you do at your mother's house, you can't do here. To a point, that rule may apply in certain situations. But then other situations, again, specifically reprimand, that's where it should be consistent. That's where consistency should be across the board. You show your butt, you can't do. Period.
Mm-hmm.
No, the new Jordan's coming out Saturday. No, you can't get the new Jordan. So you have to wait another 2 weeks.
Is that what happened for you, man?
That ain't really happened. We ain't never had that come up with none of them. With both of my baby mothers, where we always had an equal on both sides agreement. If one get in trouble over there, they in trouble over here. That never been an issue. But I do want to say this before we get in too deep. I do want to say co-parenting to me is the like top two hardest thing ever to do besides being a black man in the streets. Like,
Not too
a
Well,
black
crazy.
I
man in the
don't.
streets
I feel
and
like if
co-parenting is the hardest shit ever. Let me tell you why. All right, so it's not gonna be hard for you, um, Melody and Kima, because I
Get
feel
the
like
fuck out of here.
no,
You
I'm gonna
you
tell
that's
you
not
why. Let
true.
me tell
manipulative.
you
That's
why.
not
Let me tell you
true.
why. Let me tell you why. Cause one, just like I don't want to say the court system, but just like in the nature of life, y'all feel like y'all are the head of the co-parenting. Like the mothers, y'all feel like y'all like, you know what I mean? Like,
Slap the shit
no,
out of
y'all
you.
do. Y'all feel like y'all the
It's
head. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Let me give you an example.
yeah, I'm gonna need an
It's
example
stuff
because
that
my
y'all could do that we can't do. You
Like
know what I'm
what?
saying? It's stuff okay, like if I'm supposed to pick up my son at 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to pick up my son at 8. And you call me or I call you at 8 and you don't answer the phone or I don't know where you at and I'm about to or whatever the case may be, you bugging out like where you at or you know what I mean? Like where you supposed to be at? Now if you do that, you supposed to pick him up at 8 and I call you like relax, I had him blah 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 blah. It's a different situation. Like you could probably leave to go out of town for the weekend without saying nothing to the father if it's not your weekend. Without saying hold on. Without saying nothing to the father. And just because it's not your weekend, you feel like you don't have to say nothing, right? Right? And if the father does it and say the flight get canceled or something on his way back. Now he called you like, yo, my flight got canceled. I'm supposed to get him tonight, but what do you mean your flight got canceled? You went out of town? Oh, you knew you were supposed to get him Sunday at 8 o'clock
See,
because
no,
you,
it's
you
all
got him,
about
blah, blah, blah.
communication, though. If you don't communicate, how? See, me and Jada's dad. Let me explain something. Me and Jada's dad, we had open communication from the beginning. Like I never kept. He could walk in the house right now. He could walk in right now to go see her. I'm not gonna like that's the kind of open he could walk in and no matter where I moved at, the nigga could walk in right now and see his daughter. That's the kind of communication we had. It's open. Like you could just come see her whenever. It's not no, oh, your weekend this week. It was never like that. It was whenever you want her, come get her. It was just that simple. Like it's
So
all
here's my
about communication. Like
so Kima, hold on. Here's my question: are you talking about literally walking, or are you talking about he could just pop up to the house and knock on the door?
no, he could just pop up to the house. He ain't gonna walk in my
Oh,
shit, but I'm just saying
okay.
he
I
could
mean,
just
but
pop up
here's
to
the
the house
thing.
whenever.
Like what she's saying is like first of all, like back to you, man. I feel like what you're saying is like it's not that you're wrong, but I think that also depends on you making a choice of the kind of person that you're having this child with, right? So it's like when we was talking before, and it's like, okay, you got into this fast relationship with your daughter's mom because it was like, oh, she's gonna be the one, right? And then y'all had a baby pretty early. It's like if you don't take the time to get to know the person,
Right.
the way that they're gonna react a lot when it comes to having a kid, you would see that already prior to y'all making
Mm-hmm.
this baby, right?
Yep.
And
That's not true.
because the thing is, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but I don't feel like that's just like a co-parenting thing. It's like my son's dad went away somewhere. I don't know. I call it his eat, pray, love trip because of what he told me. I didn't even know the nigga wasn't here until I'm going to like, well, are you going to get Malachi off the bus? And he's like, oh, I'm out of state. Oh,
And
but
what was
he
your
made up,
reaction?
huh?
And what was your reaction?
What you say?
So
And
what
what
was
was
your
your reaction?
reaction?
I was like, well, who's getting Malachi off the bus? And when you told me he set up arrangements, I didn't have no crazy reaction. I think I talked to you that day. My reaction to
So
that.
so here's the whole. But Melly, here's the whole thing. You're
Mm.
taking what Man's saying too literal. You take what he's saying too literal. Listen. So and I'm agree with both sides. I'm playing devil's advocate. When it comes to communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, for me, it's specifically reprimand. So, prime example, my oldest son's mother. All right, we haven't had the best relationships in the younger years. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there were some still emotions there, this, that, and the third. But after a while, like after my son got older, there was still conversations of, okay, well, you showed your ass in school. Now, well, I still want to do this for him next weekend. I'm not doing nothing because you just showed your ass. Now, when it comes to communication and it comes to helping out one another, if y'all don't have that conversation, whether it be prior pregnancy, during pregnancy, or post pregnancy, you can't tell somebody or try and see what type of parent they're going to be before they have the baby.
I mean, I
But you
Because
can
get
you
see
got
that.
the
people.
kind of person. Like taking into
No,
account
that's not true. That's
that
not true.
is true. What do you mean?
Let,
So people get
let, let,
together and they meet each other and they see who they are, and you just going 180, 100% when you have a child? That's not
yes,
realistic.
you
That's
have people. Listen, you want to talk realistic? You want to talk realistic?
I
How
do.
many people sit there and say that they don't want to have kids? They finally have that one baby, and now all of a sudden it's all about them. They have to change their mentality. You can't stick
That's
to your guns
true.
the same way you
I
were
agree
before
with
you were
that.
pregnant. You can't. So if you take umpteen years to sit there and learn this person, you're gung ho. Yo, there's no, I don't want kids. I don't care. Get me pregnant. Damn that. My tubes are time fucked. That they burnt, scorched, all of that. You can sit there and run down a whole list of prevention methods to sit there and not get pregnant. Shit happens. You get pregnant. Then what? You are forced to adapt to the situation. You are forced to change what your view is for the relationship, for your parenting style, for your parenting skills, and what you're able to bring to the table as a parent, not as a person. You
I
have to
agree.
then change who you are.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
do
with that,
too.
but who you are at your core plays a part in it too. It's like if I'm the kind of person like, oh, I'm a very, if I'm naturally argumentative, right? If I have a child with you, you're gonna expect to have some arguments, whether we're on good terms or bad terms. That's the kind of person I am. If I'm the kind of person that usually tries to keep the peace, why would I all of a sudden no longer do that when it comes to? I'm not saying you're gonna be the exact same person because of course you're gonna change. You're going through the biggest life change there is, in my opinion. But who you are at your core is going to come out in that change. You're not going to change
But the stakes
completely.
have changed, though. The stakes
Nah,
have
I
changed.
disagree with that. I,
Wait,
Yo, I'm
what
gonna
you
tell you
I,
said?
something right now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, Melanie. If you ask 10 females, right, that got kids, right, that don't, that they baby father, they baby daddy, they don't, basically he ain't shit. He's a deadbeat, right?
Yeah.
If you ask them, like, did you see this before you had that child? I guarantee 9 out of 10 gonna be like, no.
yeah, but that's right.
He
There's
wasn't
got
like
to be
this before
something
the
that you
baby.
see. Like you're gonna see things new. Like I was in that situation too. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that this was like that. But who he is as a person, it definitely is still sprinkled in there. I'm not saying you can know everything. That would be foolish, and we all know that's not what I'm saying here. But I just feel like acting like a complete stranger that is who you had this kid with, that is, I feel like it's lacking some type of accountability and some insight. I really do think that because there's no way. Like my son's dad, like that nigga's the villain in my story right now, right? But who he is isn't gonna change. Because like the things that he did, I still understand the person that he is. So when he's doing certain shit when it comes to our son, that makes sense that you would do it that way, even if I wouldn't, because I understood who you was before we went and had this baby. Now, am I gonna see other shit because you ain't never been a dad and I ain't never been a mom for sure? But that core foundation of who you are, it doesn't just shift and disappear because you got to deal with this other person. Like at some point, what are you guys doing when it comes to that? If something comes up, like you saying, when it comes to reprimand with your kids' moms, y'all be beefing because it don't always go smoothly a lot of the
Right.
time, right? At what point do you stop trying to at what point do you start trying to make it so that y'all can meet in the middle rather than, well, this needs to be this way and I want us to be on point with each other. Like if they can't use the bike over here, they can't use the bike over there. And when she disagrees with that, what do you do in that case? Do you just come
So,
back her or do you find a
so,
middle
so,
ground?
so, so now to answer that question again, first of all, let me be more specific again. So for me, we're talking about overtime. Now, I choose not to indulge in a lot of conversations that don't create controversy. Like when I go pick whoever up, like prime example. Okay, so with my second baby mother, I have two biological, one stepdaughter. All right, but she's still mine. I don't sit there and segregate. Like there's no issue with that. When I go pick them up, if there's an issue at the house with her and me and her talk about it, okay, remember how y'all wanted to go roller skating? Y'all wanted to go get ice cream? Nah, that shit is dead. What we're going to do is we're going to sit in the house and we're going to watch the Weather Channel and we're going to sit there and learn how hot it's going to be all weekend.
Not the
That's
weather
what we're
channel.
going to do, right? That's what we're going to do, okay? But again, it becomes for me, it becomes a status of maturing on both ends. Because like you said, I can agree with you. That core person, does it really go away? No, but it adapts to the situation. The values of the core may not change, but how you sit there and input and implement those values definitely have to change because the situation has changed. Nothing you do is still the same. Like, my man's not going to sit there and go into the situation as I'm the flyest nigga in the world, then have a kid and understand that he can't sit there and spend $400 on a pair of sneakers knowing that he got to sit there and buy diapers and formula. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Kima. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Y'all got a communication thing where he could just pop up, come see his daughter whenever he want. But at some point at the end of the day, if he decides to take advantage, she gonna get tired of it. She has to now adapt to the situation.
But he
Same
never
thing
took
with you and
advantage,
Malachi.
though. It never was that.
But
Like, he ain't never
but
going to take it.
again, you're defending. But hold on, Kima, you're defending something that hasn't happened yet. That's why I said if.
She 18. It happened. We're done. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's over.
But again, saying
We did
still
our
again,
time.
same thing will
Like,
go. But the same thing will go for Melanie and Malachi. It still becomes you have to adapt to the situation regardless of the core. Because even though the values may be the same, the way they're implemented in each situation have to change. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They have to change.
I had a question.
Okay, what's up?
I had a question, right? And I feel like I know Melanie answer, but
oh, God.
listen, right?
Always
I still
fucking
want
with
to hear.
me.
I want to hear every one of y'all like answer to this, right? Now, do y'all think? Do y'all think like the kids should see the parents doing stuff together as a family, even though y'all not together? Like, do y'all think it plays a part? No, you don't think like
I
no.
think,
No.
we always did stuff together. Like,
So
even
wait,
though,
hold on,
let's just
hold
say
on.
he was in a relationship
Wait,
and
hold
I
on,
was
hold on.
in
All
a
right, hold on,
relationship.
real quick. Hold on, real quick.
Keem,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
say this
let you
last
answer.
part. Let me just say this last
I'm not
part.
gonna.
Do y'all
Hold on, man.
also
I'm
shouldn't they
gonna ask
do
this
that?
question real quick.
All right,
Let me ask
well,
this
I'm gonna
question real
add
quick.
one little part to it. You can answer it.
All right.
One little part to it. Do you think like them not seeing that, like y'all not doing something together? Do y'all think it plays a part in their future? All right, go
So
ahead.
I mean,
again, Keem, I'm gonna give you 15
yes
minutes. I
and
just want to
no.
ask one question. Are you talking about me and baby moms, or are you talking about me and my current partner?
No,
Because there's
you
a difference.
and your child mother,
Right.
and
Oh
you and
yeah,
your
yeah,
child
yeah. No, no,
father.
no, no. Yeah, no.
Kima.
Well, we
This
always
nigga is the
did
best
stuff
flavored water
together, so
ever.
I can't say I got one kid, so I can't really say yes and no. But I could say that we always did stuff together, whether he was in a relationship or whether I was in a relationship. We always did stuff together. It wasn't like, and even if we had to bring our partners, but we try not to. But you get what I'm saying? Like, we always did stuff as a family. That's just how it was.
I would like to
Yeah.
answer this because
I
I'm
would say
currently.
I don't get what you're saying.
I mean,
Well, that's
because
because
I
our
think when you say
communication is
that,
different.
But
and when you say
tell
that,
us
is it
why.
because
Tell us why y'all decided to do that though. Why you thought that was
Because
like
we had conversation, like Melanie said, it starts from before pregnancy. We had conversations before I was pregnant. We had conversations when I was pregnant. Like, he knew what I was about. He knew what I wanted, and I knew what he wanted as far as parenting goes. So that's why we always did it. Even, like, not to say we was perfect and never got in our little beefs or whatever we did, but it's always about Jada at the end of the day. F us. You get what I'm saying? Like, and how we
and
feel.
that's what I was going to ask. Like, when you say no to that, like, are you talking about because of what you're going to feel with the other kid's mother or what your kids
Right.
is going to see? And the reason why I say that is because my son is about to be 9 next month, right? So he grew up most of his life. We've been broken up for 2 years. So up until 2 years ago, he's been with mom and dad all of his life, right? And when we broke up and his dad moved out and all of that, there was an understanding, you know what I mean? Full, easy adaptation for that kind of situation. However, when his dad comes here, because we have a good relationship, because I'm not doing no fucking baby daddy drama because our
Right.
relationship, and like, I'm not doing that. So
Exactly.
we got a good friendship. You understand? Like, when I get off of this, I got to call him back and we probably going to chat about the show that he watched, because that's what it is. When Malachi sees us in those moments, when he comes to drop him off or pick him up or whatever the case is, and he sees that we're still able to like talk or laugh or something, he sees that. And I know it matters to him because
Mm-hmm.
recently, one day after his dad left, he's like, oh, I really miss you guys together. And I never thought about him thinking about that because he's not watching us argue. He's not seeing nothing bad. He's not lacking. His dad is doing what his dad needs to do because he's a good dad. I'm doing what I need to do. But the idea of us together in that family unit, or the two people that he loves most, being able to do these things together with him at once, it does make a difference. And I think
Mm-hmm.
selfishly, we be like, nah, the kid don't need to see that because that's not what's best for you as a parent. And I
Right.
think that's more of a adult centered thought than it is for the kid.
I
I got
agree.
you. So my turn.
yeah?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
you
Copy.
thinking that?
I just want to make sure y'all good. Make sure y'all good. So, in my situations, plural. All right, in my
Goddamn.
situations. All right,
Yeah,
shout out
stack
to the
this thing up. How about you do it?
shout out to the mothers. I'm saying shout out to the mothers with only one kid. So,
Right. Well,
in
yeah.
my in my situations, for me, major events, yes, birthdays, graduations, moving up ceremonies, things that create that family bond. Yes, we're not going to go get ice cream together.
That makes sense. I agree with that.
Okay,
What the? Can you?
we are not. I don't know, but I got the iPhone. See, look, hold
It's
on,
the
give me a second.
I'm about
reactions.
to
Yeah,
say,
that's
why
all
you
that.
got what's happening back
All
there?
right,
Kind of fireworks and shit.
It's the
huh?
iPhone.
You
Please
see me, right?
continue.
So, so also, we're not going to go get ice cream together. There are certain things that, again, and this goes back to my statement of a few minutes ago where man asked it. For me, it took maturity for me and for these women to get where we are. I can now go to their house. We can then relive the moments of laughter and good company with each other, have conversations as parents with the kids, and then also have conversations with each other now. But it took both of us growing up. It took us getting out of the attached emotion, regardless of how much hatred was in the moment or dislike was in the moment, to be where we are now. Yo, what's going on? Yo, how's your day? Yo, you need anything? Yo, you good? The kids are good? All right, cool. So what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Now we start cracking jokes. Anybody who knows me know I got jokes for days. So it don't matter who you are. Nobody's exempt for that. But that's where we're at now. And now we can make phone calls or text each other with the ha ha he he's. At one point in time, it wasn't always like that. So for me, specifically speaking for me and my situations, it took growth. Hey, Groove, watch your mouth. All right. All right. It took growth. It took maturity. It took prosperity. It took moving on and understanding who it's about in the situation and knowing that it's bigger than us and what it's really about, which is the kids.
I got a question,
Yeah.
and it's only because you
Don't
can
you
say
always?
situations. It's for men and for sincere. Excuse me. You guys have children in multiple households. Do you feel
Mm.
like that affects the parenting that you could do negatively? And then I got a follow up question to that.
Hell yeah. Hell
So
yeah.
you feel like you can be a better dad if you didn't have two baby moms, or if all your kids just live with you?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I feel
Yeah,
like
that changes the question.
yeah.
Okay, so when you
Yeah.
said yeah, what was you saying yes to?
Because one, well, like my baby mothers don't like each other.
Right, then
So
they.
with my situation, yeah, with my situation, like if I get my daughter's, well, my baby mother niece, my daughter's mother niece, my other baby mother would be like, oh, you know what I mean, or you doing shit for her. You got the niece or whatever, blah blah blah. Or if I take my son, if I take my son somewhere and my daughter stay back or something, like, you know what I mean? Or if I get my daughter's these sneakers and not my son's, I mean not my son. It's like they in competition with what I do for one another if I don't do it for both. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I had one, it would be it would be a
Yeah.
little easier. But I think that's just because they in competition with each other. Not that they not really in competition, but they
Hmm.
don't, you know what I mean? They don't see eye to eye. So it's always like, oh,
So
you
they
did
don't
that
even,
for
they don't,
her.
it's not even about you at the end of the day. Then it's about the kids. You trying to say?
Yeah,
That's what you're
No,
trying to
it's
say.
yeah,
about
Like,
them as women
yeah.
beefing over because of this man over here that made
yeah,
them at
like
odds with each other.
Yeah, it's like you did that for her, but you ain't do this for him, or you did that for them, but you ain't do. Know what I mean?
And it's not even that the other kid needs it. It's just the mom wants it
right,
because it happened over there. Oh,
Right.
that's petty.
exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
know how
that
you don't got a
is
head full of gray hair.
right.
I got a head full of gray hair.
So let me ask, with you having the multiple kids and they being in competition, it sounds like everything is like really spiteful and petty. You on child support? What do you think about child support? If you are on it, is it useful, or do you feel like you do enough of this as a dad that you don't got to do that? You don't need it, or what do you think?
I'm on child support. Well, I was about to be on child support with both, but the typical the typical I want to say the black fucking community in our world. I feel like if you fucking the one of them,
They're not gonna put
everything's
you on child
okay.
support.
Huh? No, they
I
won't.
said,
Like everything's okay. So I was about to be on child support, and then me and her was messing around, so she didn't continue to go through it with it. But I'm on child support for my other baby mother, and
God damn.
it's the dumbest thing in the world. I feel like it hurts bad. Like, nah, I mean, like I hate it. Like it's the dumbest shit ever. I swear to God, like it's the dumbest shit in the world. Because when we was together,
you wasn't
I
even
was
worried about it.
yeah, like I was father of the year. Like
Right.
she had my face on a billboard for Father's Day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She had my face on the billboard for Father's Day. Like,
And now,
like everything was good. Now I'm doing the same thing I was doing, except I'm doing it by myself without you. You know what I mean? Like we got visitation days, we got set days for when I get them and all this. But now I'm on child support. But I feel like that just be like, oh, cause it's out of spite. You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta really hate somebody to do that shit. Because I tell you, I'm not going back and forth to nobody's court.
Right.
I'm not like for
Exactly.
like come
No,
on.
I
they
don't
Especially
got
got
like
here with
time.
complaining
men.
about how much they getting.
It's crazy because like man might be mad fucking ugly, but he's a good father. You know what I mean? Like he's a good dad. The kids gotta look at his face, but he do what he's supposed to do. And y'all putting him on child support. It really isn't because he's absent. I could say that. You know, I would vouch for you
Right.
for that. You know, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like that's a petty thing. Like
It is very
I
petty.
remember, like I wouldn't put my son's dad on child support unless you wasn't doing shit and I needed shit done because you're
Right.
not finna just not be around. You know, even if you do things that I necessarily don't think are important, if you want to spend more money on like clothes than I think is necessary, that's not really my business. At the end of the day, you're a father.
Exactly.
I let you be the parent you're going to be. You can't be the parent I think you should be. You know, not for nothing. I had to learn that early on because, like, when he was saying when we first started, the woman gets to do things that the guy doesn't do. And I think a lot of the time, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this might be a little controversial. I think a lot of men allow women to lead. We're naturally maternal. So it comes to us and we do it. You can roll your eyes all you want, but tell me I'm wrong. We're naturally maternal. So when men y'all go and follow the lead of the mother because she usually knows what she's doing. You feel comfortable with her and the
Right.
baby, and then that plays backwards on y'all. It comes against you because now y'all broken up or whatever the case is, and you
Mm-hmm.
gotta be this dad. You're like, you think you running shit, but she's always been running shit. It's
So
just she was
hold on,
running
hold on, Killer.
shit.
Hold on, Killer. Hold on, hold on. So for me, matter of fact, let me back up a little bit because I want to piggyback off of what Man said. So as far as the multiple households, for me, there's no change on how I treat my kids across the board. Doesn't matter who their mother is, and there are to a point where they don't like each other, but also in the same breath, that's not your place. Y'all are in two separate worlds.
Right.
For me, I'm the common denominator. Me and the kids.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm
So
saying?
they're in the same world because you are a big part of
No,
both
no,
of
no,
them.
no, 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 no. They're in the same universe. They're not in the same world. There's a difference. Hold on. That's
I'm
what I'm
not
saying.
nigga semantics.
Huh? Right. You want to do semantics. You know what I'm saying? That's your
No,
problem.
you want to do
Listen.
semantics.
Ooh, touche. Anyway, so for me, it's me and the kids are the common denominators. I don't treat my kids anything different because that would be the difference between my situation and Man situation, which is honestly a lot of differences in a lot of people's situations. When the kids' mothers are in competition with each other, whether we notice it or not, there'd be one that's meeting talking to their friends. Somebody has a mutual friend, and they're talking to their friends. The shit get back to us because we know everybody. Yo, did you hear such and such and such? Now it becomes because the kids get pulled into it. And like Man said, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that when he was with one or the other, there were things that would factor. I went to go get her niece. I went to go get her little sister. I went to go get her little cousin, whatever it is. So there are certain things, again, Melanie, on what you said, that are not going to stop. For me, I treat my kids the same all across the board, irrelevant of what the mothers say. When you're at my house, my rules apply. This is what it is, which makes me the father that I am. That goes for the boys and the girls. The only thing
I guess.
yeah,
Go ahead.
you guess what?
No, because I'm just like you said, when they're at your house, your rules apply across the board. But that's what I'm saying. Like at your house, that is, you are the father, like
Right.
you are all man, you are alpha, you are head of the household. But because that household is split at least 50-50 in some manner, do you feel like that limits your impact as a dad because you can't be there?
Again,
Right.
no, because I'm still a phone call away and I show up. You see what I'm saying? So again, same thing. Like that's why I said I'm piggyback off of what Man said. At the end of the day, it doesn't stop what we do for them. But now, when you start preaching what I'm doing for one and then not doing for the other, that's a your feeling. That's not an
Right.
our thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that mentality. It has nothing to do with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm doing for my kids. Don't feel some type of way because I'm not doing for yours the way I'm doing for the other. The situations aren't the same. Again, tailoring it for me, but also piggybacking off of what he said in agreement. Now, with the whole child support, that's a whole different ballgame. That's a whole different ballgame. Shit is weird, and I'm gonna say it's weird because at the end of the day, it's a spiteful process. The only reason you put me on child support is because you want your money when you want it like J.G. Wentworth. That's the difference.
877 cash now.
Exactly. That's the problem. But when I get paid every 2 weeks, but you want to do something on my opposite week, and now you complain, but because child support gives it to you and puts you on your card and you spend it how you want, people still lose the term in translation, child support. Not I want to go to the club support. Not I want to sit there and pay this bill support. Not I need gas in my car support.
No, that's not. What do you mean?
What you mean?
But that's what women do. They do.
Thank you, Kima. Thank you for.
But
That's not. I'm not saying they don't do that. Hold on. I'm not saying they don't do that, but I'm thinking. Okay, when I say this, I want to preface this so that nobody misunderstand me. I'm speaking to the general type of are we going to court child support situation where the mom has the full custody and dad gets every other weekend. Let that be known before I say this, right?
If you're talking custody battle, again, that's still
no. I'm not. Hush. Let me finish. What I was saying was,
what you hushing for? I know that.
I mean, we can see each other when we're done. But I ain't so far away, my brother. Anyway, what I was saying was, in those type of situations, right, when it's like, all right, you should be paying child support because you're not there. You're there only every other weekend, 2 weekends a month, you know what I mean, barring special occasions, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I am taking care of our kid every day, except for these 2 weekends and special occasions a month that you have him, if the child support goes on my card on the 1st or the 15th or whenever it goes, and it's $700, and now I use that to get my hair done or to pay something that's not related to the kid. And let me finish. Let me finish.
Yo, man, you gonna like
this. Okay.
Watch my comeback.
So my thing is like, okay, I'm here, right? And it's not just forget my rent and stuff like that. I have my son all the time, right? Mm-hmm. He costs money. And I don't mean just like food money. And I mean like he's grown all the time. I'm constantly buying him clothes. He's grown all the time like to being a big boy now. So he had to get his big boy bike. That was $100-something I hadn't expected to spend. Stuff that you're not thinking about that you would have to spend. That's not a set bill or something that you planned. These things are coming up. So that $200 I would have used at the hair salon. I've now used it because we had to go and get little Junior here some sneakers because the sneakers we bought 2 weeks ago don't fit no more because kids grow like weeds when they're eating their vegetables.
Okay,
you understand what I'm saying?
I got you. So hold on. With that aspect, I agree. Now here's my rebuttal, and just this is more of a voting question. All right, Kima, I love your non-biased approach. We're gonna stick with that. I need you to prepare yourself for this.
Don't let him fucking
change
you.
Hold on, it's real shit. You ready? You started just sentencing your comments off by saying, if the mother has a child on a regular basis and the dad is only there either every weekend or every other weekend, if you then revert your conversation to now money, you're telling me that money compensates for time?
That's not what I said at all.
It's not what you said. That's my question. You changed. No. Hold on. Listen. You changed your initial topic as in, I have my son on a regular basis all the time. You're only here every weekend or every other weekend. You then went into amounts to pay for stuff. My question still stands. Does money compensate for time?
Let me tell you why. The answer to that is essentially sometimes yes. Let me tell you why. Yesterday, listen. Would you listen?
I ain't saying nothing.
Malachi goes with his dad. We have a 50-50 thing, right? So this week, Malachi goes with Zoe from Thursday, and he'll be back on Monday.
Okay.
Before he came to get him, I texted him like, yo, when are you coming to get your son? He's like, I'll be here after work. I said, it's not that I need him to leave, but feeding this man has become crazy because he's growing up, and I'm buying more food than I ever had to with my child, right? So now with him not being here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and not coming home until Monday, that's 4 days of food. I don't have to cook, eat, worry about feeding him. I saved money. We know the cost of food right now. So when you say time doesn't equal money, but you can't sit there and act like more time spent doesn't have some type of financial issue in any factor, especially with kids. If you don't see your kids, they're not going to cost you anything. If you do,
so with that point right there, if the dad, again, when you have the dads that are incorporated in their kids' life, now if we sit there and supply more time, why do you still feel the need to put us on child support and then get more money?
Oh, I disagree with that. I think the bitches are bitter, and that's wrong and evil.
So there it is.
I'm with you there. That's some bitter shit. Like if he's doing what the fuck he need to do, what the fuck are you doing that for? That I don't agree with that at all. All them bitches are just spiteful.
They only doing it to hurt you. That's all they doing it for. It's not even about the money at the end of the day.
And that's my thing. My thing is that if we'll even like keep it basic when it comes to school, if time is supposed to equal if time plus money is supposed to equal compensation, then at the end of the day, if I'm spending time, then in all reality, I'm spending money. Because again, if I got him 4 nights out of the week, well, 3.5, we'll make it 7. If I got him 3.5, that's the nights you don't have to cook and spend your money. You can go sit there and do what you want. Right. But at the end of the day, if these 3.5 are with you and then you still need my help, now that's different. That becomes, again, back to your very original comment, how this whole thing started, communication. If you need my help with what you got going on in your household, that's a different type of conversation. But if I have my child half of the week and take some of the burden, financial burden, and not only a financial burden and availability off your plate, then we should be good money. The only thing we should be fighting about is why you still got these dirty ass sneakers and clothes on my kid, knowing he was going out. You know what I'm saying? That, like, again, the dumb shit. But when it comes to things like that, like you said, when it comes to the child support, when it comes to the weird stuff, that's where I have to disagree. Because now you create bitter situations, you create hostility, you create controversy, and regardless of the kid's age, they still see that.
Yep.
I got 2 questions. Man, I want to pull you back in here. Oh, go ahead. You got a comment? Because afterwards, I'm going to ask you something.
I had a question, but you could ask me.
You forgot.
No, I ain't forget it. I didn't forget it. You not gonna forget yours?
No, mine's is written down. I got papers, brother. I'm 36.
I want to ask Kimo a question.
Oh God.
So because you got one kid that's 18, and the whole child's life, you've been basically doing everything with the father. Everything been okay, even if y'all wasn't in a relationship, right? Why you don't want to have another kid?
You said why?
Everything was okay.
Because these guys out here ain't nothing. What you want me to have a kid for? With somebody
but you didn't have these guys as an example. You had your child father in that example. Yeah. Yes,
you're right. But I mean, I just feel like
you describe your co-parent was your child father like everything was okay, like everything was.
It was everything, and it's still okay. But my whole thing is like, he's different from guys that's out here these days. Like, his mentality is way different from how guys think today. Like, y'all just on a different level. I can't put myself in there for it to be a failure. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I can't put myself through that for it to be turn out to a situation like y'all going through. I can't do that. That's why I won't have another kid.
Hold on. Let me put it to you a different way. You see Matilda?
Oh.
Did you see the movie Matilda?
Yes.
Comparison is crazy.
No, for real, because I got to put it to her a different way. All right, so the father was like a scam selling cars and shit, right?
Right.
If you bought a car from Matilda's father, and no, seriously, if you bought a car from Matilda's father, after that, it will make you not want to buy a car again, because your example from buying a car from this dude was he scammed you, he fucked you up. Your example from having a child with a man is great. He was always there. Y'all did things together. You putting everybody else's situation to yours. Like, These people,
Because I could meet, let's just say, if me and you have a kid, look at your situation right now. Then I got to
but
deal with
that's
big
not
mother
yours
drama.
though.
I
That's
got to
not
deal with.
yours.
Yeah, but I'm not
But
gonna
there's
have a kid
somebody
with
she
you.
have a kid with.
We're past that. We can't be in a relationship. Are you trying to say I have a kid with him? Because I can't.
No, I'm saying why? What made you not want to have another child? Because you did like
Because
just
I don't feel like guys today, it can make me secure enough to have another kid. I don't want to take that chance and end up like everybody else. I don't want to do that.
She mean y'all.
nah. If my situation was straight for 18 years, I
You would
would
have
probably
another
be
kid?
like, yeah, I don't want to have another kid because my situation is a fucking
Nah,
headache.
So wait a minute.
I
Here
don't
goes
want
the
to take that
question.
chance. I'm not taking that chance.
Hold on. I'm asking you, Mimi. So the question is, if you met a girl, or let's say even with one of your baby moms, let's say the one that you like best, you don't got to name her. Let's say it's one of them you like best, and shit just went amazing for y'all, and y'all together, and fucking rainbows and kittens and whiskers are falling out of the sky with stacks. You know what I mean? Everything's amazing. You would have another kid right now.
Yes. Well, that's hold on. Let me add a little bit more
Oh
to
wait,
that.
before you say, I just want to call you stupid, but go ahead.
You're right.
Yes, because
I'm gonna tell you why in a minute, but go ahead.
and I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying yes.
Okay, I need to know this.
Me too.
If everything was good with my child's mother, like when I had the kid, everything was good. I'm not gonna go off of everybody else's situation because they shit was fucked up and mine was good. Anything I do from in his bad, it makes me don't want to do it again. Anything that was good makes me want to do it again. If I eat chicken and it tastes good, it makes me want to eat chicken again. Bro, seriously, I mean anything I do that was good, I want to do it again. So if I had a child and the co-parenting was so good, it was no headaches, it was fireworks and all this other stuff, I'm gonna be like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like I don't see why not. It was no problem. But if there's a problem with it, then I don't want to do it again because it stressed me out. It was a headache. I wanted to cry. I wanted to pull my hair out. Why would I want to do that again? But if it was good, of course I want to do it again.
You nod and you agree, Anthony?
Yeah.
No.
What,
And
what
listen,
do
listen, listen,
y'all
listen.
take?
I'm gonna tell you why I agree. I'm gonna tell you why I agree. I'm gonna tell you why I agree.
Please, because I need to
Listen,
understand.
listen. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. Hold on. Now listen. So here's my
I'm
thing
not
though.
doing
And
no
you know,
50-50 chance. I'm not taking no 50-50 chance on that. That's
but
like taking,
right, but
that's
Kim,
like
but listen
gambling.
what
I'm not a
Man said
gambler,
though.
so
Right, but this is what Man said. He also put it in different perspectives. It's not just about the other dudes. It's about the same dude that you already had your daughter with. So for me, it's the same thing. If you have fun at Six Flags, you won't want to go back, right? If you have fun at Great Escape, you won't want to go back, right? If it's a good situation, you're gonna want to experience. You're gonna want to experience again. You're gonna want to. You don't have to. You're gonna want to. Now, for whatever y'all reason was for only having one, then okay. But also in the same breath, my only issue with that is agreeing on the different side of the spectrum. Don't take the bozos out in the street and compare them to us.
Right.
Like,
Especially when you didn't have a bozo.
exactly.
Hold on, but wait a minute. I feel like all of y'all are missing a key thing here. Y'all are saying that y'all would have another kid or wouldn't have another kid because of the person that you had a kid with. Are y'all forgetting all the other factors? Like for me, I'm not having no more kids, and it has almost nothing to do with his dad. His dad's good dad. He's a pain in my fucking ass.
Right, but your situation is different from Kima's, Mel.
No, but I'm not.
Kima used
Listen.
the dad as a scenario.
Right, but listen to what I'm saying. The point is, if you're going to have another kid, there's a lot more than the other parent that comes into play. That's why I was saying, like, man, when he was like, yeah, I do that. So you mean to tell me you're not thinking about the time that you have to yourself, the money that it will cost to have a kid, the things that you have to sacrifice to have a child, and the only thing you're thinking about is the person that you have a kid with. I'm with somebody now who would love to have another child, and I know he's an amazing dad, and he would be an amazing dad, but I'm not having a kid. I'm not having another kid because of all the other stuff. Like, yeah, we got a co-parenting thing. That's this conversation we're having. We all co-parent with other people, but there's so much more that goes into co-parenting than just a relationship with that parent. It's like, don't you know that your relationship with that other parent is impacted by their lives? Like, how do y'all act when your other person end up in a relationship and now they're bringing that person around your kids? What does that do with their money if this other person has other kids and now they got to spread it thin because they can't bring little junior out without bringing the other person's little junior? Like, these are things that need to be taken into consideration. The cost of childcare, like a lot of things come when it comes to time, money, and
Exactly.
space,
And not
and now
even
you
that.
want to share all that.
That's like
All right,
me
so hold
starting
on.
all over again. Like, she's 18 now. Like, I would have to start from scratch. That's a lot.
No. Hold on, hold on.
I'm not even talking about. I'm not even talking about like right now. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about period. Like, I'm talking about period. But back to Melanie, as far as what you said, like, you know what I mean, like bringing the kids around, all this other stuff. I won't think about that unless I dealt with it with the first baby mother. If I
You
dealt with,
got three
listen what I'm
kids.
saying,
When do
because you
you
missing
learn
the
to
point.
start thinking?
No, because you're missing the point. My point is, if listen to this main point. The main point is my first baby mother. Our co-parenting is great. There is no bringing no other person around. There's no headache. There's no we did this together from zero till you know what I mean whenever. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is, why would I think that my next one or I can't do it with another one or me and her didn't work out? Only time I'm thinking about that is because I'm going through it with the first one. If I don't go through that with the first one, then I'm not thinking like, oh, my next one is gonna be a headache. Blah blah blah. It's gonna be bad.
It's
Why?
because of but you got to think about it. So after you
You
let's
said
just say,
that no, Kima. You said you think about that because what everybody else is going through, not what you went through.
yeah, but like just say like my relationship since him, I ain't married. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the peep, like it's the guys, like it's just like
Well, you
it
could
ain't.
say you'll have another child when you get married.
I don't know.
No, absolutely not.
What I'm
I can't
saying
I,
is, in
I
order
can't
for
say
you
yes or
to
no to that because I ain't meet
listen,
my husband yet. But when that happen, we'll have that conversation.
I'm gonna tell you no.
Listen, here's
Full
what I'm gonna say
stop.
about the situation. Because for me, my first situation, there was a 5-year difference, all right, in between the relationships and kids, all right.
hmm,
In my situation, my oldest son's mother, again, it took maturity for us to get into the situation. So now our co-parent is great. Like on both sides now, my co-parent is great. It's like that for the last few years. It has been like that for the last few years. And also like my kids, the siblings, they have their own group chat. Like they keep in touch with each other on a regular basis. So I don't even need to talk to the other parent to be able to talk to my kids. So in any situation, there's always going to be contributing factors. In any situation, there's always going to be a diversion or a controversy, or vice versa, where it's a smooth situation and no issues.
wait, how old is your kids?
My oldest son is 19. My oldest daughter is 18. My
Oh,
youngest
your
son
kids,
is 15. Huh?
Oh,
but your kids is big. Like I'm
yeah, so
thinking
you
of
think,
saying
hold
10
on. So
or
you
9
think,
or something.
My
yeah,
youngest daughter's
you
11. My youngest daughter's 11.
Oh, all
oh, your
right.
youngest daughter
Oh,
11. Okay.
Yeah, my
So
youngest
Okay.
I
daughter's
was about to
11.
say, do you think that y'all co-parenting got easy because the kids got older?
yep.
Yes,
As
Because
they
you
get
said it's because of
as
like
they get
maturity. I
older,
think,
it
yeah,
does get
it get
better.
easier.
That's
definitely,
because
Yeah,
it's
it
less
does.
responsibility.
definitely.
I got a
Yeah.
I got a question to piggyback off what Mammon said. So it got easier because the kids got older, right?
Yep.
Do
Right.
you think that if you were in a relationship and it wasn't good or you was unfaithful, do you think that affected your relationship, your co-parenting relationship when y'all first started having a co-parent after y'all broke up?
If I
You
was in a
talking to him? Oh.
if I was in a relationship with somebody after,
No,
at,
no. When you was with your kid's mom,
yep,
either relationship,
yep.
were you unfaithful or did y'all break up because it wasn't a good relationship? And do you think that that hindered you from being like a good parent? Or now that your kids are older, it's easier. But let's say they was 4, and now Mary Jane done found you cheating, and little Junior, now y'all got to split custody and shit. Do you feel like that unfaithfulness with the relationship that you broke with their other parent has affected your parenting
Well,
relationship?
first of all, anybody who know my older son's mother know Mary Jane ain't wrapped too tight anyway. So let's just put that out
I'm
there.
dead.
No comment.
That's
No
first and
comment.
foremost. All right.
No comment.
Second thing is I would understand that if. So first of all, let me answer your question. Yes, there was infidelity in my first relationship, in my first parenting relationship. Yes, there
For
was
you?
infidelity.
I don't
Yes,
believe it.
yes, there was infidelity. Yes. Now I think it would make an even worse situation if I ended up with the person I was cheating with to then take care of my son. That would create hostility. That would
But
create hostility. That was just stupid.
so there's no so forget the person that you were cheating with. Now that you've cheated on mom,
Uh-huh.
and now y'all no longer together. Y'all done broke off the love that y'all have, but
Right.
y'all still gotta be parents to little Junior here. Does that affect your relationship? Does that affect you being able to be the best parent to Junior because of the relationship you have with his mom?
No. No. The only way it would affect that is if mom puts restrictions in place to stop me from being a dad. If I am more than willing to step up to the plate with the bat in my hand and tell you to throw any pitch at me, but you want to walk off the mound, then that's on you. That doesn't fall on me. Don't deem me as a sloppy father, inconsistent, not there, deadbeat, because you want to control the narrative in your world. Don't make me out to be the bad guy. Tell both sides of the story. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, he don't do nothing for his son. Oh, he don't sit there and do this. But make sure you sit there and tell him that you keep him from you on the weekends he's supposed to come. Make sure you sit there and tell your people that know he can't go with me. Make sure you sit there and tell your people that he can't come kick it with me and my girl. Make sure you tell your people all the shit that you're doing.
So it kind of
Only
hinders
shit.
you, but just through the other parent.
Right. Now,
Okay, so you are hindered. It's just not on your own accord. I
yes,
got you.
anybody who knows me as a man and as a father, I've never stepped away from my responsibilities as a parent.
So
Never.
as a man, you and man, as a man, I don't know this. If one of y'all baby moms cheated on you, have y'all been in that situation? Did it affect the way she was a parent, or do you think that's only from what Anthony is saying for his experience?
For my second
Have you been
situation, yes.
her cheating made her not be able to be the best parent, or was it because you was keeping her from the kids, or
No,
like
no, no,
what
no,
was
no, no,
it?
no, no. For me, and my fault, man, I don't mean to cut you off, but for me, mine's gonna be quick. My second situation, there again, like I said, contributing factors. The hereditary story wasn't the best. Her mom, the mom's mom, like there's history with the family, but also in the same breath, I think she took "Mama Gotta Have a Life" too a little too serious.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So now, if I'm coming to see like Melanie, prime example. So me and you got kids, right? Outside of Melanie, you know what I'm saying? We're put in the
Can
same
we have just
situation.
one kid? I don't like to have hypothetical kids.
Oh my God, me and you. Listen, you know what? I don't even want to talk to you no more. Kima, me and you got kids. All right.
This is why I'm taking you to court. We getting fucking child support. The fuck?
Anyway, me and you got kids, right? If you know I'm supposed to come get, again, this goes back to what we were talking about. If you know that I'm supposed to come get little Junebug Friday at 6,
Not little
but you get,
Junebug.
little June.
I got Junior. He don't claim Junior though, so
Hey,
Junebug it is.
listen, right, exactly. So if you know I'm supposed to come pick him up at 6, but you getting ready for this party that started at 9, you drop the kid off at your mom's house. There's no communication. Hey, listen, I just got off of work. I'm on my way. You live 10 minutes from my job. Your mom lives across town, 25 minutes away, 30 minutes away. The conversation then starts, yo, why didn't you just tell me? Why didn't you prepare me for it? That's the thing that bothers me. Because at the end of the day, if we talked about a situation when it comes to the co-parenting and it's in effect, don't sit there and utilize the outsource for your own personal benefit. Oh, well, I got to get ready for this party. Oh, well, I had plans. You knew you had your kid until 6 o'clock. What
That's
the fuck?
fair.
You knew you had your kid until 6 o'clock.
Right.
What time? And now, mind you, regardless of what the relationship is with the grandparents, if I get there, oh, what time did they eat? Well, what time they been here since? Oh, since 3:30. What the fuck is? You know what? Different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Again, contributing factors. Everything has to have factors that they're playing into the situation. Communication, controversy between parents, the upbringing with kids, whether it be reprimand or positive prosperity. Also, it has to be some type of balance and even ground to continue to be great parents.
Hmm. Hmm.
As I sip my flavored water,
Before, yeah, it's delicious, huh?
phenomenal.
Well, I'm gonna answer that real quick. I never well, both of my kids' mothers swear they never cheated.
Mm.
If you let them tell a story. If you let
We know
me tell a
that's a
story.
goddamn lie. But
If
go
you
ahead.
let me tell a story. Niggas cheated, but I don't think it affected them the way they parented or whatever.
And then didn't affect you. You didn't be no kind of way like use the kids as like as a weapon because she cheated and like hurt you or something.
Hell no. I got listen, my account got put on hold, froze. My whole account got frozen where
Mm.
I couldn't like a legal hold on my account because of child support, right?
Mm.
Yeah, for fucking 8 weeks.
No.
Damn.
For two
Mm.
months. No,
That's
I'm lying.
crazy.
6 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks total.
That's still long.
Yeah, for 6 fucking weeks because when I started working, they wasn't getting the child support. So I was backed up.
Mm.
Until
I
they
thought
got the money, my account was gonna be on hold until they got the back pay. Whole time this going on, I still got my kids. Nigga, I can't get no way to my money. I can't. Know what I mean, figure so, but I can't let that affect how I parent. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right.
So no matter what happened, like the way, no matter what they did, I never let it affect me
Hmm.
being a parent. I wasn't gonna be like, yo, I can't take them because I can't get them my fucking money because of you. You know what I mean? Put me on child support. You know what I mean?
Right.
I either ask my mother like, yo, need the food. I go to my sister's house, or
Right,
I try
right,
other ways to work around it. But I
right.
didn't let nothing ever affect me to be like, nah, I can't
Mhm.
take him because of that. But that shit was like the worst experiences ever. Like, how the fuck I'm on child support and my account on hold because of child support, and I got my kids while it's on hold
Yeah,
for child
yeah.
Yeah,
support.
that's
That's tough.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like
that's tough.
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
crazy.
nigga, that's like you know what that's like.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh no, I do
And
know what
I
that's
don't
like.
want to know.
I
You
do
was
know what
there
that's
before
like.
too?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yo,
Yo,
it
listen,
sucks being
listen.
a man. I'm sorry, but
Right?
it
So
That's
listen. I
crazy.
so let me tell you how crazy it got. Right. Uh, baby mom's number two.
My phone about to die, Melanie.
Baby
that's
mom's
wild. I told you to charge it.
baby mom's number two. All right. She went down to
Come
DSS
on
to
here.
put me on child support. We're in the house together watching a movie. The guy from
Come
DSS
out
comes
here.
and knocks on the door to sit there and serve me
You said
papers.
what?
Come out here. Turn it off. Come out here. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Anthony. We trying to technical difficulty this.
I got you. That's what's nutty. She went down to DSS to put me on child support, right? Well, I take that back. Hold on. She put me on child support through the court. DSS picked it up. While me and her are in the house watching a movie, the guy from DSS comes and knocks on the door to sit there and serve me paperwork.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I've been in that situation. It took me two. If I had to count weeks, probably 9 or 10 weeks. 9 or 10 weeks. Before they unfroze my account, and then I turned around. They were taking money. They had to then reissue me two refund checks because they were just snatching, not keeping track. So I had to turn around.
They issued me one before, and guess what? This is before the whole shit. This is before. Like
Mm,
one time they issued me a refund check. I wouldn't even know, right? But she told me and gave it to me, right?
mm.
This is
They
when we
gave
was
her the refund check.
yeah, they sent it to her
To
house.
the address.
Oh, because y'all was living together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is the thing though, right? This is the thing. Like, if you able to give the father a refund check for child support, he shouldn't be on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because think about that, Melanie. If I'm able to give it to you, that means whatever you was doing as a father, I don't like this is yours. You like this is yours.
Mm.
Imagine you seeing a child support refund check and be like, nah, because
No,
she
I
could have
get it.
kept the shit.
Yeah,
So so
yeah, I
so
get it.
Mel, let me
It
ask you a
shouldn't be
question.
on child support anyway.
Let me ask you a question. Is Kima next to you yet?
No, I don't know where she's at,
All
but
right.
continue.
So let me ask you a question. If again, all this goes together, you know what I'm saying? I've always said things come back full circle. With communication, why? Because this isn't a question directly towards you. We're talking in general. Why should any man be put on child support if he does for the child? If me and you got Malachi, right? And again, the conversation happens. Hey, look, listen. Malachi needs such and such and such and such. All right, yo, Mel, I got you. I get paid next week. Make a list. Me and you will either go get the stuff, I'll go get the stuff, or I'll send you the money. Why do you need somebody that sits in a black robe on a chair on a bench to sit there and tell me what I need to pay?
But they don't want to ask you.
Well, you know what? But that's not always the case, because we can't sit there and act like there's no reason for anybody to be on child support, even if someone is in contributing. Because what some people do is kind of like a tit for tat type of thing, right? So when me and Malachi's dad was living together, we're all here, kumbaya, whatnot, right? In that dynamic, we lived together. But I also realized I did more because it just comes naturally to me. I'm more of an impulse when it comes to stuff for the kid. That's not to undermine anything that he does. Keep that in mind. However, now we're not living together and all these things are still coming up, and we've never had to split this before because we live together. I know, like, if I go and I spend an extra $98 on this week and then another $120 next week, I'm not really counting that up because we live together. So that money is going to come back somehow to this relationship, to this household, from you in other areas that may have nothing to do with the kid, right?
So now let me ask you a question. Just off that piece, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You just finished saying that there was stuff that you chose to do out of impulse while y'all was living together. Right. Two-part question. Should he still be held accountable for the things that you're still doing, knowing that there's no longer a two-income household? And part two of that question is, don't you think that now you should adjust, not dumb down, but adjust what you're doing for your household and your child to sit there and make what you're doing make sense?
I mean, obviously adjustments have to be made. However, those impulse purchases is not always little brainless things. It's not always little water guns and stuff like that. It's stuff that you can't factor in until they're there. And it might also sometimes just be something nice you want to do because your kids shouldn't have to go without or get the bare minimum because mommy and daddy can only schedule the things that fit good on paper.
So
right?
So that conversation still happens.
So why do I have to wait a minute? So women, we're talking about here, the woman who put the person on child support, I shouldn't have to not be able to do things for my kid because we broke up. I was able to do it while we were together. You were cool with it while we were together. And now that we're not together, now you don't think that you should have to contribute to the same things you were contributing before? Like and it goes both ways.
So if that's the case, it's still, and now I wholeheartedly agree with Man, because for me, if you have a conversation, actually, you know what, I agree with Kima too. If we have a conversation and the communication is there, hey, look, listen, I want to do this for Malachi. Can we get together? Can we figure out a budget? Can we do such and such so that we can make this happen? If you talk to me and communicate with me, then you know what, I'm going to make a way and find a way. But now, again, what Man said, you don't want to ask. So now you're taking it upon yourself to sit there and do what you feel you have to do instead of talking to me.
No, that's not true, because even if we talk, so let's say, okay, Malachi is getting older, right? He's about to be 9. He hangs out with the little boys on the block. Malachi don't have a bike. He only got his little tiny bike from the pandemic that he's too big for and can't ride, right? Yep. And I need to get him a bike. So if I talk to you about it and you don't feel like it's necessary, but it's also like, I really, like, it's our kid and I don't have the $100 for this bike or something like that. Can you give me 50? You're like, no, he don't need it. What resolution do you see with that? So now, should he go without because you don't want, or should I be over there and badger you about it? Like, it's a two-way street.
Okay, so for me, I got two answers for that. One, is this a want? Is this a want, or is this a necessity?
Why does it have to be a necessity for you to contribute?
Because
that's where the problem is.
And that's what he wanted.
Because if you just want to get him a bike because his friends got a bike, fuck his friends. Don't get me wrong. I love the kids.
No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Right, so but what if that's what he wants?
But wait a minute. So he's not doing normal shit because you don't want to contribute?
But that's different. If that's what he wants, hey, Dad, my friends got bikes. I'm too big for the ones I got. I already talked to Mom. Can you help me get a bike? Now, if the
So
dad
the
still
problem is that she asked you and not the kid.
Right. I was just about to ask that.
because now it makes it seem like it's a want for you.
It's not a want for me. It's a bike for him. If I ask you for a bike for him or he asks you for a bike for him, it's the same thing. Now it seems like what you're being is petty based on the mom. The result is the exact same bottom line.
Melanie, listen. If you're calling me, asking me for a bike for him, then perception comes off as you want him to be just like his friends, and you don't want him on the scooter working that one leg out, right?
So it's about the way she presented it to you. That's basically what you're saying.
But if Malachi calls
That
me and
is
says, "Dad,"
petty. And this is the reason why niggas end up on child support, because who wants to go back and forth with something like this?
Hold on. How you want me to let you speak and not give you the same?
I'm sorry, but when you get done, I want to make the exact same comment.
Listen, if Malachi calls me and says, "Hey, Dad, I want a bike. All my friends got bikes. Can I get a bike? I'm too big for the one I got." You know what? I got you. Let me talk to your moms. Because now it comes off more as a want for him than because you want him to have.
That is about control. And let me explain something to you. Explain something to you. The reason why, how we're sitting here trying to figure out why the fuck women put men on child support that do for their kids, because of that right there. Your issue wasn't even about coming out of your pocket to get the bike for your son. It was because you didn't like the way that I presented it or that it was me. That's crazy. Do you know how much easier a lot of women take the path to go to the judge because they don't want to do that with you? If we have to do what you just did right here, if we have to do that, I'm not fucking doing it.
Okay.
How let me through an app and go see the judge? Because that's crazy. No, wait a minute. You had no problem giving the money. You had no problem giving the money. You just don't want me to be the one to ask it. Man, please chime in.
Hold on. Now I'm gonna sit this up. Apply this to one of my situations. Okay? Apply this to one of my situations. So what you telling me is if you call me and sit there and say, "Hey, look, listen, Malachi wants these sneakers. All his friends got these sneakers. Okay? $300 damn pair of sneakers. No, he gonna fuck them up. I don't agree. He should get a $300 pair of sneakers. We can get him a new pair of sneakers, but does he have to get the $300 one because his friends got them?
That's a completely different scenario.
How?
Because, wait, let me explain to you why. And I love that you use this because what is today? Friday? On Saturday, I had this exact fucking conversation with his dad because we don't buy Malachi expensive sneakers, right? Hold on. We don't buy him expensive sneakers because exactly what you said. He's 8 years fucking old. Them shits ain't lasting but 7 minutes and 2 days maybe, max, right? So we don't do that. So now it got to the point where these things matter to him, right? Because the kids are saying, "Oh, he had like FUBUs from like Walmart or something." They're like, "Oh, you got fake Jordans on," and he didn't like that. So now he likes Air Max because somebody bought him a pair, and that's just his jam. That's like a $200 fucking pair of sneakers, which is wild for a kid. So his dad and I had a conversation about that because I'm not finna do it. He needs something, you know what I mean? I want him to be happy, but I'm not going to oblige him that way, right? So we found a compromise there. It's different situation that you're saying about the sneakers because that's something that's totally unreasonable compared to something that you was willing to do. You're saying this $300 pair of sneakers, that's stupid. He just want to be like his friends. A bike, it was reasonable and you was willing to give the money. You just didn't want the mom to give it. And I want to let you know that was a very petty response to you that would cause an issue in the co-parenting. It would, because you didn't have a problem doing the thing. You just didn't want me to ask, or you didn't want to make it seem like I was asking a certain way. That's where the problem is. Take your ego out of it and it will have less issues.
All I'm going to say is the fact that you perceive my words in a certain meaning, that was my intention. Because the way you explain it, I get what you're saying. That's not my intention. I also, you know what it is? I'm not going to lie. I made that real personal because I know about the women that I deal with, and I've been in that situation. So it's different. If I had a kid with you or Kima, I think the conversation would be different.
It would, because I was like, Joe, I'm like, Malachi needs a bike. I'm going to order this one. I found it. What do you think? Do you like the color? Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm going to order it and give me whatever the amount. And he said, all right, I'll send it to you on Thursday. Okay. The end. And what you just did, that's crazy. A lot of people deal with that on their regular reality for everything. And this is why child support and fighting and issues and all of this comes up. Because
for me,
it's all the time.
But for me,
this is why I don't want another kid.
For me,
stop.
This is exactly why.
Listen, for me,
why. Yo, Kima, I'll tell you now.
I'm not tired of arguing about no damn sneakers or a bike. You think I got time for them? Shit.
You see
I told you
crackhead, you
now,
see
and
crackheads on
Melanie can
crack
vouch for
though.
me. All right, can I tell you this now? And Melanie can vouch for me. I am nothing less than a protector and provider for my household.
He is full of shit. No, I'm kidding.
I'm about to say, I'll chop right in your
I'm
throat. Listen,
joking.
He was
what I'm
about to
saying,
go in.
listen. What I'm saying is, all right, from my personal experiences, all right, the reason that conversation happened like that for me is because there has been situations where you, again, generalized, not you, you have asked me, and it's not for them,
Right.
and it
Okay.
becomes a want. It becomes a want for you.
Right.
So first of all, let's backtrack. Let me apologize for responding based on my personal experience and not based on a generalization of the conversation. Let me
Okay.
apologize. All right? Shit happens. At the end of the
Right.
day, I think everything revolves around deliverance. It revolves around necessity and wants and a conversation and communication that can happen between both parents.
Right.
All right? And with that,
Man,
I'm clear. With that, I'm clear.
all right. Man wants to contribute. I saw that finger.
Yeah, I've been wanting to contribute with y'all. Was going back.
He said I've been wanting
I'm
to.
sorry, it got a little heated. We got to
I ain't
hug
gonna
it
lie,
out
but
when
yo,
we're
she just
done.
got intense. Yeah, she just got intense.
Yeah,
Nah,
you know,
I
bitches
agree.
argue.
I agree with both of y'all, but my situation is crazy because my shit totally different. Like, like my shit totally different. This is what they do. They both do this too, right?
Kima, back up.
They will buy the shit, right? They buy the shit. I won't even know that they bought it. And then when something like if an argument or if
Mm.
something happened, they would throw it out there like, nigga, I just bought this, blah blah blah. I'm like, you bought what? I just bought these sneakers, or I just bought this. Why the fuck you ain't just ask me for half the money, or why you ain't just
But that's
ask
the
me? Why
communication.
I
That's
gotta
where
ask
it's
I've been
you?
there.
lacking.
Why I gotta ask you?
Yeah, I've
Like
been
nigga,
there.
I don't even know.
I've
Like
been
nigga,
there. Oh,
like
you just bought some
that's how
sneakers?
my
That's
situation is with
you.
both of them.
You did that.
Yo, bro, with both of them, and that's why I got put on child support the first time because she didn't want to ask me for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
ask me. So,
That's why
cause
I was put on.
not because of I say no. It's just that she had a band at the time, and but fuck all that. But both of them they do that. Like I tell them like just recently I had to tell her like yo, cause
Kima,
I
back up.
just recently had to tell her like let me know when you getting send me a hair retwist. You know what I mean? So I could pay for it because only way I'll pay for it if she hit me like you could pick some me up at from the salon. She getting a hair retwist. I'll be like, she at the salon. She be like, yeah, I can't pick up. She be like, yeah, I can't pick up right now. I'm like, you paid for it already? She be like, no. Then I ask the lady like, how much is it or whatever. I'll pay for it. But she would do that. She would do all this stuff just so when something to go down, she'd be like, nigga, I paid for this. You ain't paid for that. I paid for this. I'd be like, nigga, you never even told me or asked me. Like, you never told me. And then her response would be like, why I gotta ask you? You know she need a bike. You know this and that. Like, yeah, but is a problem with you communicating about it? Like, I don't get that. Like,
Well, and that goes back to the relationship though. Like, 'cause
I
if
was just
I
about to say that.
can't
I was
stand to
just about to
fucking
say that.
talk to you, then I don't want like you know how it is. You see, like think about the like middle school girls, right? If Shirley decides she don't like Barbara, everything Barbara do gonna piss her off. Look at that bitch over there eating them fucking crackers like she own the place. All she doing is eating some Ritz. But it's how she feels about her. If your baby moms is not cool with you or they don't like you or they mad at you or their heart is broken from you, you finna get the wrath of the fucking Titans. You
Right.
but
understand
here's the
no
thing
matter
with that,
what.
right?
Mm.
If you feel like that about the person and you don't want to you can't stand talking to them, asking them, don't act like they ain't doing nothing for them when you don't want to fucking communicate about what you
Right.
doing.
Right.
Don't throw
Yeah,
it out
I
there
agree,
like
but people
Right.
don't act. How many people you know act maturely when they are pissed off or hurt, and they haven't shown that in any other area? And that goes back to that core person that you got to get to know how they react in that
Exactly.
shit.
Exactly.
So I think that's why I had to say what I said at the beginning. It took years for me and both of my kids' mothers to get where we are now. Maturity came into play, understanding what's going on came into play. And at the end of the day, like I'm very
the kids got
firm.
older.
Yeah, and that's a whole fact. Like
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be easier when my kids
yo,
get older.
man, I'm also not gonna lie to you, bro. Like even my son
Pretty
being
sure.
15, like the nigga wears size.
Yeah.
He wears size 11 and a half shoe. He wears size.
Really
He wears size 11.5 shoes. So he's shopping on my sneaker rack. First of all, don't touch my damn sneakers. That's the first thing. Second thing is, you know what I'm saying? Second thing is, when you call me and say, "Hey, Dad, I want," you want. Like, I just bought you 2 pairs of sneakers. I bought you a pair to hoop in outside and inside, and you got a pair for school just because. But again, for me, when it comes down to the core person, I get it. When it comes down to you not getting what you want, I get it. But again, it takes maturity to understand that the people who are getting hurt in the situation are the kids. You can feel how you want to feel about me. You can feel how you want to feel about me. At the end of the day, if where we're at is not making sure that the kids are taken care of and find some type of common ground, whatever you saying to me about me and anything else is irrelevant.
It is. I agree 100%.
All right, so we're gonna get ready to wrap this up, but I got a question. I got a question before we go, because I feel like while we're all here, we might have different views, we do different things and whatnot, right? We're all present parents in our kids' lives. So as a present parent, would you stop being friends with someone who was a deadbeat or a bad parent in your eyes?
That's tough.
That is tough.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Go first, man.
I'll go first. All right, so if this person is a friend, right? This is gonna sound like fucked up. Okay.
I mean, it is what it is. If they're being a bad parent, it's fucked up.
Right, exactly.
But no, I'm saying like I'm picking and choosing.
Okay.
If this person is a friend, and I know for a fact this person is a deadbeat, not because that's a whole nother topic too. Why a nigga be a deadbeat? Because sometimes niggas be deadbeats because the mother he ain't fucking the mother or some shit. She ain't letting her see the baby. But if he a real deadbeat, like, and the mother's not doing nothing, you just out here, nigga, not taking care of the kid.
Right.
I'm not fucking with him. Can't be my friend. Like, if you have no excuse, I'm not fucking with him. Right?
So what's an acceptable excuse?
What?
I said, what's an acceptable excuse? Like, if your friend was a deadbeat,
if the mother not letting him be in the child's life, if that's the reason why you don't see your child, because the mother is not letting you, like, she's
bitter,
like doing bullshit.
Right? She's just bitter.
Wait, so are you? Is he taking her to court? Is he trying, or she just said no and he just accepted it?
No, he probably not.
But then that makes him a deadbeat because you're not really trying to see your kids.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but. Yeah, because a lot of guys don't really like going to court.
Yeah, I'm about to say, does
it? Sometimes when they do go to court, they fuck their own self, and I witnessed that shit. Yeah. So I can't say yes and no to that because I witnessed people go to court and they fuck their own self behind that going to court.
But at least they did the process. I feel like it's a difference if you get fucked in the court process compared to if you don't even go to, like, okay, Kima said you can't see your daughter, man, and you just like, well, fine, I won't be a dad and go on with your life. Like, what you mean I can't see my daughter? Now you go to court and the court like, well, you can't. I feel like there's a big difference between those two scenarios.
Let me finish real quick. We could go back to the deadbeat shit, but to that situation why they're deadbeat. But if they my family, that's the same thing. No, for real, because this is my friend. Like, nigga, there's no excuse. Like, nigga, I'm not fucking with you. If you don't care about your kids, nigga, you ain't gonna care about me. You my friend, right? So, but if you my family, it's hard for me to be like, fuck you. If you're a deadbeat, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm picking and choosing, okay? Like, when it comes to this.
That's honest.
I'm picking and choosing. I'm going to talk to you about it because you my family and I love you. So I'm going to talk to you about it. But I'm not going to be like, fuck you, like I would do my friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it depends who it is. If I'm still, you know what I mean? That's my answer.
Yeah.
Friends, fuck them.
I mean, we related to the same people. I just don't have no respect for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have no respect for you fucking deadbeat and shit like that, because what the fuck is you doing? Why are you, especially if you're a deadbeat to multiple kids and by multiple people, like, so you made a bushel of niggas to neglect?
Right.
Because it don't make no sense. Like, how did you do
though? What do you do?
Me, I separate myself. I separate myself. No matter what, like, I'm not fucking with you. If I speak to you, it's because we at the family reunion. I'm not calling you, yo, John, let's take a ride to the city and go hang out. Oh, come with me to this party. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna shun you because that family factor does make things, unfortunately, even unacceptable things, and make you make room for it. But like, as far as friends and like people who I have more of a leeway with to be able to choose whether I want you in my life or not, I can't do it. As a mom, like before, if I wasn't a mother, I probably wouldn't give a fuck because it wasn't having nothing to do with me. But as a mother, and I'm a good mother, and I can say that proudly. There's a lot of shit you can dispute, but I ain't gonna. Nobody can dispute that. I can't be around some bitch who's over there neglecting her kids, treating her kids all bad. I don't want to talk to no man who telling he got kids. You got all this time to talk on the phone to me. When the last time you seen Lil Junior? When the last time Lil She was in your house? I can't do it. I mean, I couldn't come up with none of that.
That's another situation. Oh, that's another motherfucking topic right there too, because a lot of these females will come at not females, a lot of these baby mothers will come at their fucking baby father about being a father and will fuck a nigga that don't take care of his kids.
Nah, that's different. That's different.
It's wild. He is right.
That's exactly why.
Man, preach.
Shit crazy. Don't make no sense.
Black man, preach.
Like you just said, Melanie, like when you on the phone, you like, nigga, when do you got your kids, blah, 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 blah. Like you pressing your baby father about that, but you ain't pressing the nigga you talking to about that?
Right. Like he exempts, like that's crazy.
Yeah, like that shit crazy.
That's different.
And then inversely, you got the dudes who don't be there for their kids, but start fucking with a girl, and all of a sudden they always with her kids.
Ooh,
it's like 1 + 1 = 8 divided by 6 and the square root of 19. What? That don't make no sense.
Niggas would be a good stepfather for some pussy, boy.
The motivator of all. I know a girl who's contemplating having sex with her baby father so that he could come and see their son. She don't even like this nigga.
Wait, say it again. Say that again.
I said I know a girl who was contemplating having sex with her baby father so that he could come and see their son.
And I'm gonna go out the limb and say she's fucking smart.
Nah, you can't say that and drop the mic. You gotta have to pick that shit up and explain.
Explain,
all right, because 9 times out of 10, like we just said, a lot of niggas is deadbeats because they stop fucking with the mother. That's how it starts. Either they stop fucking with the mother or the mother stop fucking with the nigga. Like that's how it starts. Like fuck you and that baby. It always start with fuck you and then it go down to the baby. I swear to God. Now, if you like me me growing up without a father, you know what I mean? Like me growing up with a father. If you got to do that for this nigga to be a father and you know this is going to work, I salute it.
That is stupid as fuck.
It is stupid.
That is stupid as fuck.
She ain't taking the nigga to court. She like, I'm going to get this nigga some pussy. I bet you he step up. Shit, do it then.
Nah.
My joy.
It's a no for y'all.
Yeah,
it's a no for y'all.
It's a no for me. Definitely a no.
That makes sense to you. You are circumstantially not a deadbeat because of vagina. So fuck your kid. You don't give a fuck about this kid. You just doing what you need to do so that you can get your dick sucked at the end of the night.
Because obviously that's what's making him a deadbeat. He can't get
No, that's not what's making him a deadbeat. He's a deadbeat because he's a deadbeat. If I'm going to work, let me tell you something. I go to work Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. because they pay me. If they stop paying me, I'm not going. Because fuck that job. If I'm going to stop being a mother because I'm not getting no dick from his dad, then fuck that kid is what I'm saying. It's always fuck that kid. I'm just not going to show it right now. That's crazy.
No, but you go to work Monday through Friday because you know they're going to pay you. She's saying if I fuck him, she knows he's going to be...
Right, and when it stops, because at some point, even in happy relationships, sex either stops or something could happen where y'all not doing it. Now it's going to be fuck our son because our sex life is suffering. This makes sense to you?
Tell her don't stop.
Oh my God. Okay. That ridiculous fucking note. This has been a great conversation. We're going to have... we got 2 quotes I want to give, and this is for Shar, since she's not here. She usually does our quotes, what she calls Shar said it quotes. So we have 2. The first one is from Anne Brown. Co-parenting is not a competition between 2 homes. It's a collaboration of parents doing what is best for the kids. And the second one is from Jane Blawstone. The best security blanket a child can have is parents who respect each other. So let's just all remember to compromise, respect each other, and keep our kids at the top of the list.
Right.
Okay, we want to thank our guests, Sincere and Kima. You know, we might see them back here one day to come and have another conversation with us.
Gotta come back.
Yeah, right?
I am humbly very appreciative for the invite. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
thank you for
Shout out
having
to the
me,
family. Shout
guys.
out to the team. Look, listen, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen. Shout out to Last of the Millennials podcast coming soon. We're gonna be up and running September. Mel, Kima, man, you know y'all got the invite all day, every day. Definitely controversial topics is definitely gonna have the invite. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all for real, for real.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. It was fun.
All right. So we want to end this with our toast. Okay? Because we coming from the group chat
Group chat
From
to the
the group
podcast.
chat to the podcast.
Thank you for watching. Follow us on Instagram. We're at Related Conversations Podcast. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube at Related Conversations. We're going to be having regularly scheduled episodes. Tune in, follow, like, and subscribe. We see y'all next time.